And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to our game here tonight. And somebody already did a naughty tonight. One of the young Lewistown young men, and happy that he can dunk it, and very happy he could dunk it. And he went up and did that in the warm-ups, which that is a big-time no-no. So we will start with technical free throws to get things started there. And that's one of those things, like I said, big-time no-no. Doing that in warm-ups, and the officials caught it. That's why you can never do that. I mean, it's great that you can get up there and dunk, but maybe not the right time to do it. Welcome into TSSR Game Time Live's coverage of the West Prairie Cyclones taking on the Lewistown Indians here from Scioto. And we do want to thank the folks at JoJo's Gaming Parlor, offering the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live events, live on the big screens. Join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory. Skylar Martin on the camera here tonight. We have one headset, so unfortunately, you get to listen to me the whole time. You don't get to hear from Skylar. I will work on getting us a second headset. And I don't know, maybe he doesn't want to talk. But as we get to work here, and one of our new camera guys here as we get going. And we'll take this break. Be back in just a moment. This TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
And some of our very fine sponsors on TSSR Game Time Live as we get ready to get this going here. And my first boys broadcast in a little while. Normally I've been on the girls side of things, but on the boys side of things for an evening, and probably for most of the season you'll hear me not very many home games on the Cyclone schedule. This is number 2 of 6 coming up here this season. But we'll catch them other places, Bushnell and other places like that as they travel around here. So do be watching for those as we get those scheduled. Ian Conkling and Sam DeCounter, coaches. Sam is the JV coach and helping out here on the high school level. And Sam, one of the best, and doing a good job here with the JV. Ian Conkling, this is his first year as head coach. He's been the assistant coach the last couple of years for the Cyclones. And we're just about ready to get things underway here. Now, again, there was a technical foul whistled against Lewistown to start things off. And so that'll mean it'll be West Prairie basketball. I guess they won't do free throws, but it'll be West Prairie basketball to get things underway here this evening. And again, that is, you love the exuberance, but maybe not something you should do in the warm-ups, and a lot of kids aren't aware of that. Anyway, Cyclones will be in the home white uniforms. And I guess you could call Lewistown's, Skylar, a powder blue? It's kind of a light blue, sky blue. I really don't, I don't do colors like that. And actually it will be Eli DeCounter starting out for the Cyclones here for a couple of free throws. And we'll get the starters for you in just a moment as DeCounter up at the free throw line. First one's no good. It'll be Blake Mason, a sophomore, Carter Sowers, a sophomore, Owen Kelly, a sophomore, Landon Actually, check that is Paul Conley. As the counter makes 1 of 2, and it will also be West Prairie basketball. 1-0, they lead it here. Aiden Percy, Eli DeCounter, Brody Cordell, Jair Flora Durham, and Ryan Clark starting here on the floor. Come over to the near side, work it. Lewiston, 2-3 zone right now into Cordell. Cordell looking, found Flora Durham underneath. He has to bounce out. Up to DeCounter, who will drive it in, put it up, won't get it to go, and the rebound snapped up by Conley. Conley in a hurry out to Sowers. Sowers, quick kick out for Clear, and then back to Sowers. They work it around to Clear up top. And we'll set the offense here with Mason. Over to Clear. Clear working on Ryan Clark. Cyclones will go man on man. Conley looking to drive on DeCounter. Drives in, shot no good. And the rebound to Flora Durham, snapping it up. Now to Aiden Percy, and they'll work it up. 1-0 Cyclones here down near the 7-minute mark of the first quarter of play. Flora Durham with it in the corner, into Cordell. Cordell out to Percy. Percy fakes shot, drives in, goes to put it up, and he'll draw the foul. And that'll be on Conley. That'll be his first, team first. Free throw is good. Aiden Percy puts the Cyclones out to a 2-0 lead. Ready to spot the second one on the way. And it is no good. Rebound pulled down by Clear. Clear is going to force the action. Up quickly, and we've got a travel whistled on Sowers. Didn't put the ball down before he took off. And that's one of the things. Lewiston will get the ball up pretty quickly. Nate Atkins, the JV coach. Clayton Hatfield, of course, a Lewiston alum, is the varsity head coach. Clark across half court to DeCounter. Looks at Jair. Jair Flora Durham brings it out, works it, gives it on the bounce to Percy, and he'll dribble it toward Clark on the near side. Look at the 2-3 zone, kind of extending along the baseline, but keeping everything away from the middle to Cordell, and he'll get fouled. Already the third team foul on Lewiston. Well, once again, the Cyclones up at the free throw line to shoot a pair. And remember, folks, it is 2 free throw shots no matter what now. Cordell makes the first. And the Cyclones take a 3-0 lead. I stop sometimes because I'm working on the scoreboard program because it does not like me. Mason works it up. He'll be picked up by Cordell. Man on man again, put on by the Cyclones. Kind of a low set for Lewiston. Working over to Sowers. In the lane, Connolly bouncing it back out. Works it out there for Kelly to Clear, and they'll work it up top to Mason. 6.5, clock rolling, first quarter play. As Mason pulls, swings, and now works it to Sowers to Clear. Clearly headed toward the near side. I was looking in at Conley, wanting the post up. Out top for Kelly, swings for Mason on the far side. Up top, shot on the way by Sowers is no good. Rebound popped in the air. Cordell is down with it, and he'll take off up the near side. Looks out to the far side. Passes for DeCounter, over for Clark. Down for Aiden Percy, up to DeCounter. Swing quick to Kelly, or to Clark rather. Flora Durham out to Clark. Clark cross-courting it for DeCounter. He'll drive in the lane, shoot shot. Won't get it to go. Rebound tapped around, and it'll be Lewiston ball. Lewiston will bring it up here. Bounce in the lane for Conley. Conley flips it back out to Clear. Clear working on Clark. Takes a couple drills. Pinched by Cordell. Out to Mason, who will wheel it back around, working it over for Clear. Gets a screen from Kelly. Tries to bounce it back to him on a give and go. Fight for it on the floor. Jump ball. Possession error will stay with Lewiston. Or Lewistown. Yes, you said it really accurately. Sowers Bounces it in for Clear. Clear one dribble, gives back to Sowers. Trying to kind of file guys through the lane here, trying to post up Conley or Kelly. Nice Clear brings it out. Out to Conley, out top, swinging to Mason. Now out to Sowers. Sowers working on Percy, drives in and travels. Drug his foot as he went to go, and we'll have the first substitution of the evening. Well, in a moment. DeCounter down the far sideline, works it for Clark. Clark holds on here, still 4-0. Ordering up, they cross-court it to DeCounter. DeCounter bound to Cordell. Cordell looks to drive in, goes up with it, missed the shot, got his own rebound, fouled on the way up. Connolly or Clear. And that'll be the second on Clear. And we've got a timeout called by the Lewistown Indians. We'll step aside as well. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
And we are back here, but the free throw line will be Brody Cordell. And the fans disagreeing a touch with the call. First one's good. It's a 5-0 lead here. And second one no good. Rebound fought for, and Cordell pulls it out of there. The counter with it now, holds, comes to Clark, over to Percy. Percy had the counter on the cross court if he wanted it. Now they swing it over to Clark. In the lane for Cordell. Out to DeCounter. He'll put up the three. It is good. Or just a two, they said. Drug the foot. The first bucket by either team in the game. And it's 7-0 West Prairie. Sowers up with it. Picks up his dribble. Gives it off to Mason. Mason wheel into the corner. Chased by Cordell. Comes up top. Kelly wanted the three. Pulled it down. Swings it over and just kind of running some motion back and forth. Sowers, Wade, coming to Mason, swing it over, 3:58, clock rolling here, first quarter. Looking to bounce inside, and Clark able to steal it away. And Clark up the floor to Durham, swatted out of there. Nice job there by Kelly. Matt Whitman and Ruger Olson will check in. Checking in for Lewistown was Brett Pasley, number 20, and also Landon Link. Whitman into Percy. Percy shoots the corner shot, no good. Clark the rebound. He put it up, missed. Olson with it. Out to Percy, works to Whitman. Whitman holds and waits, swings over to Percy near side, watching the counter cut into the post. Out to Whitman. Whitman holds on. Will dribble it back out to Percy. Driving lane, goes up over Link, partially blocked. And out of there with it comes Kelly off to Mason, and here they'll come, 7-0 West Prairie. Kelly with it, he'll spot the three. That one's no good, and the rebound, Clark snaps it up. Clark pushing the throttle down to Percy and the DeCounter. DeCounter fake, shoots shot, no good, and the rebound, Kelly's out of there. Up to Sowers. Sowers swings to Mason. As Whitman will pick him up now. Mason bounces over to Sowers. Sowers wheeling out, comes to Link. Link in the basket to Kelly. Kelly with Olson there, shoots shot and got it. Just climbed up a little too tall and made it 7-2. Whitman quickly up the near side, slows it, spins on the dribble and comes over to Olson. Down on the corner to counter. To counter looking at Clark. Up to Percy. Aiden Percy. In the lane to Clark. Clark out to Olson. Kind of fakes to DeCounter. DeCounter shot on the way. No good. And the rebound snapped up by Kelly. Quickly to Passley. Passley dribbling on Whitman. Cut off there, and then his pass tipped out of bounds by Percy. A lot of size on this Lewistown squad. Inbounds to Mason. Mason checked by Matt Whitman. They swing it cross court to Sowers. Sowers giving a look. In the lane to Kelly. Kelly banging on Ruger Olsen out to Link. High arc and shot no good. Air ball. And out of there with it comes Eli DeCounter. And DeCounter travels with it. He was trying to get the pass up, turned it over. And back into the game comes Conley. He replaces Kelly. Mason across the timeline now. Passley with him, chased by Whitman, coming down to the far side on a bounce. And out there to Link. Link working, looking at Conley. Conley does have good position. Kind of skidded outside the lane when he went to get it. And couldn't get the shot. Passley, Passley wheeling. Trying to get it into Conley, up to Link. Link holds on, top of the key, swinging to Sowers on the pass. He'll drive lane on Percy, drives in, sees Olsen, missed the shot. And that was one for Mr. Castleberry. As out of there with it, they'll come. 7-2 lead here for West Prairie. We go under a minute, left to go first quarter. Percy up with it to Olsen, swinging to Whitman. Whitman spots the three, no good. And the rebound snapped up there by Carter Sowers. Sowers ahead of the throttle to Passley, tried to get in, and Whitman says, no you don't. He knocks it back out of bounds. Subbing in is Declan Katewa. And now Passley looking to lob it in, trying to bounce it into a crowd. Katewa in the lane, missed the shot, rebound tipped around, and it'll go over to West Prairie. Thanks all of you for tuning in again tonight as we bring you basketball action here for West Prairie. Whitman working on Mason across the timeline. He's got 37 seconds left to Percy. Percy hold, looks in at Clark, brings it to Clark, out to DeCounter. He'll pop the three, no good. And the rebound, Connolly had it, lost it, Link with it, out to Mason, one-on-one with Aiden Percy. He had man in front, out to Link. He'll pop three, no good. And that'll be West Prairie basketball. 21 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Out to Percy. Jumped out by Mason. Gets a screen from DeCounter. As they work it very patiently under 10 seconds. Out to Olsen. Olsen three on the way. That is blocked. But Ryan Clark able to pick it up and put it in. 9-2, and at the end of one quarter of play, it is West Prairie leading Lewistown 9-2 right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I see acute injuries on the field. I see ankle sprains. I see ACL knee injuries, as well as in the clinic. It's very rewarding to see them from on the field injury to rehab to transition back to their event.
And we are back here ready for the second quarter of play, 9-2 lead. And then again, thank you to our very fine sponsors of TSSR Game Time Live. Glad you're alongside. And want to thank folks like MTC Communications. Having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2023. MTC Communications offers lightning fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone, service, and camera systems to the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit mtc.crownfiber.com to check your availability. Located in the heart of Walnut Grove and in business since 1974, Ryden Farm Supply can meet all your needs for LP seed, fertilizer, and farm chemicals. Their LP service is unmatched in this area, and as a customer, they'll take care of you. Give them a call today, 309-772-3121. Start the second quarter is Braden Copeland, Matt Whitman, Eli DeCounter, Ryan Clark, and Hunter Jackson. Pass comes into Clark in the lane, out to Jackson. Jackson to Whitman. More for Copeland. Copeland out to Jackson. Jackson to the counter, out to Whitman. Nice ball movement. And Whitman in the lane missed the lay-in, but Clark right there, he missed it. Fight for it inside. And a jump ball. Possession error, we'll say Lewistown ball. For the Indians, it is Clear, Mason, Sowers. Also Connolly and Kelly. They're starting on. Actually is Katewa. 9-2 lead here. Katewa holds on with it. Out on the near side, down in the corner to Clear. Clear watching him cut through. Going to get a screen from Kelly. Jackson trying to pick him up. Baseline, and Clear just kind of bowled him to the basket. Connolly the rebound, kicks it out. And Whitman a near steal, but dribbled it on the inline, so it'll stay with Lewistown, their ball. 7 minutes, 9-second mark of the second quarter play. It is 9-2. Katewa will bring it in. And we've got a foul on Copeland. And he commits the reach in. That is West Prairie's first of the quarter, as the fouls now reset every quarter. Inbounds comes on a box offensive set. Clark able to knock it out of bounds. They were trying to post Clear up. Finally getting into Clear. Clear trapped. Out to Mason. Mason drives in, nearly lost it. Gives it back to Clear, and Clear will work it on Clark up top. Holding it out there, bouncing to Conley. Conley looking for some backdoor cuts. Now drives himself, cut off by to counter. And again, using a lot of cuts and a lot of motion, kind of as Clear driving in. He'll drive on Clark, miss it, and the rebound. Copeland out of there with it. Here he comes on the run up the lane, lays the nice nifty reverse up and in, and good. And it is 11-2 West Prairie. 6:25 clock rolling here. Bounce out to Clear, as he'll put it on the dribble drive and give it up to Kelly. Watching Connolly in the lane and the counter, able to kind of keep him quiet. Hunter Jackson working on Katewa. To Connolly, now they'll try to lob it inside, knocked away by Copeland. Clear dribbles the baseline, fires it in the lane, stolen away by Jackson. Jackson will dribble it up, comes to Whitman, bounce down to Copeland. Shot is up and good. And we've got a timeout called by the Indians, 13-2. West Prairie leading here by 11. Let's take this timeout on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Find the right cycle combinations. Simply choose what and how you want to wash and dry to help keep clothes looking their best. Intuitive controls, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Back here as Coach Nate Atkins talks to his charges here. And West Prairie just getting out and getting ahead of them here. Size advantage hasn't mattered much to Lewistown so far. As how do I say it that doesn't offend the Cyclones a little more in the muscle and bulk department? That's how we'll say it. (13-2). Whitman working on Mason as they come to the half court. Clear trying to set him a screen, had to go away from it. Whitman poking at the basketball as Mason comes to the near side. Now Copeland trying to get it away from Sowers, back into the ball game. Mason wheels in, gives to Kelly. Kelly nearly lost it. Fight for it. On the floor, a spill for it. Hunter Jackson on top of it. And it'll be West Prairie basketball. Copeland into Whitman. 13-2 lead here, 5:25 clock rolling. In the second quarter play, down to Copeland in the corner. He'll take a couple bounces out of there. And working against this zone, kind of working overload on the side, cross-court pass to Copeland. Now to Clark, out to Whitman. And Travel, he switched his feet. And the Cyclones will apply backcourt pressure here as they lob it in to Clear. Clear trying to get away from Clark. Lost timeline, got away from a slashing Whitman. And out to Mason. We work under 5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter, 13-2. Lead here for the Cyclones. They bring it down to Kelly on the baseline. He throws it away, the errant pass. And then Katewa will give the personal. Passley will check in. Mason going out, so going with the, I guess you call it the monster lineup. As the Cyclones come across the timeline, down to Copeland, into the counter. He'll kind of bull his way in. Turnaround Jay's good. And the Cyclones lead 15-2. Clear now will handle the point guard duties, 4.5 and ticking. As he'll come wheel it around a little bit, pick up his dribble, give it over to Passley. Passley with Whitman all over him out there, and Copeland saw that coming. The steal right there, puts it up and puts it in, 17-2. Passley up with it, and he traveled. Ruger Olson will check in. Matt Whitman will go out for the Cyclones. And coming in now for Gage Cruzan. Coming in for Lewistown. He'll replace Passley. Now Ruger Olson will handle the point guard chores as he comes up. Comes near side to Copeland. Copeland giving a look, bouncing into the counter. Shoots again, that one a little short. And out of there with it comes Sowers. Sowers has Cruzan up the floor. Nope, gets it to Katewa. He'll drive in, turn, out, and then bring it in to Kelly. Kelly to Clear. Clear driving in, spins, and is fouled on the way in there. Nice job, Clear, taking it to the basket. He'll be up at the free throw line, shoot two. 17-2 West Prairie. Clear free throw is off the front of the iron, no good. And ready's the second one. It is on the way. That one short as well. The rebound, nice job there by Sowers. He missed the lay-in. And that's going to be Kelly. And Jackson now coming up to Ruger Olson. Olson will bring it across. Gives it down to Copeland, into the counter, back to Copeland. He'll step up, put the three up, no good. Rebound Olson down with it, and he'll go to shoot up. Be pick, it's either Cruzan or it is Cruzan. That'll put Olson up to the free throw line. One of those things, the Indians got the size advantage height-wise. Gonna have to keep the Indians out the board. And that one, little short. Olson readies the second one. And gets the second one. So puts him up 18-2. Clear will work it up here. Clark matching up on him. And nearly get it batted away, got it back, brings it across the timeline, trying to set it up here. Brings it to Kelly. Kelly throwing it down. Nice job by Cruzan. Nice backdoor layup. Puts it up and in, and it makes it 18-4. Copeland quickly out of the way. 3 minutes left to go here, first half. Into Clark. Clark going up, puts it up and puts it in. Cyclones get one right back, 20-4, 16-point lead. As Clear will look to come across the timeline. Trying to get to Katewa to him. Nope, comes out to Kelly, top of the key, over to Cruzan. Cruzan out top, shot on the way, three, rattles out, no good. Rebound tipped around, fight for it. And Copeland comes out of the way. He's in on Cruzan, drives in, puts it up, gets it up and in. Makes it 22-4. 2:25, clock rolling here. And Clear will walk it up. Looks to go on Clark. Want to go to the far side, bouncing in the lane. Sowers up over Olson. Yes! And it counts. And that's going to be on Ruger Olson. Basket is good, so it'll make it 22-6 at this point. Checking in for the Cyclones. Caden Little not in the book, so that will be a technical foul. And that'll be so they'll shoot the foul shot first. Get that out of the way. Second one, or free throws on the way, and good. So it will be a Kelly free throws up and good. Ready's the second one. And it's good. So 22-8. So a big trip for the Indians. And it will be their basketball. Hunter Jackson out, Aiden Percy back in. Caden Little will stay in the game. We've got Connolly and also Mason coming in. And Kelly and Katewa will go out. Inbounds over for Mason. Mason walks it up. Work on Percy. Looks to bounce it out top for Sowers. Little jumping at him. Over for Cruzan. Clear looking. Trying to see if he can get it into Sowers on Little over to Conley. Conley working here. And Olson able to take it away. Ruger Olson dribbling it up there. Drives in, goes up, tipped. Nice defensive play, and we've got a foul on the rebound. As Eli to counter, committing the over-the-back foul. Passley will check in for Lewiston. And they're replacing Cruzan. Little jumping up on the ball as Sowers looks to bring it in into Connolly. He'll flip it back to Sowers. Sowers working on Little, drives to the lane, and just right by everybody, puts it up, miss a lay-in. And Olson going to get the push from behind by Connolly. So Percy will bring it in. 22-8. And Lewistown will apply a little pressure here. Into Clark, back to Percy. Percy will walk it up. To Clark. Clark up to Olson. Olson fakes the shot. Nice job by Sowers to jump out and get him. To the counter, he'll turn, shoot, shot won't go. And the Indians with the rebound. Passley going to push it, 1:10 and rolling here in the second quarter. Out to Mason. Mason chased by Percy, down to the far side into Sowers. He'll go up. I think there's a partial block in there somewhere. And in the corner. And it'll stay Lewiston basketball. Passley will bring it in. Kind of a line out of bounds play. They bring it in to Clear. Now work it into a different offense here. Picked up his dribble. Comes to Connolly. Finds Mason in the back door. Missed the lay-in. And a little out of there with the rebound. Off to Percy. Percy will walk it up. Under a minute we go. 45 seconds left. They bring it to Olson. Olson, three on the way. No good. And that's foul number 2 on Eli to counter. Got to get up there and contest the foul. That is the 5th team foul on West Prairie, so it'll be free throws coming up. And Passley will be shooting. Actually, it's Clear that's going to be shooting the free throws. Settles himself in. 41 seconds left, and on to counter. That's his second. Free throw is up and good. Haven't had that many baskets. We've had a lot of free throws. And Clear ready for the second one. No good, and the rebound. Connolly able to snap it up. Out to Clear. He'll put up the three. That is good. Big shot there by the Indians. Cuts it down to 10 before the half. As Percy comes up the timeline, fires it, and Connolly able to take it away. Dribbling it up there, and he's going to be bumped and fouled by Ruger Olson. So Connolly going to be up to the free throw line. And now Connolly will stand up there trying to cut this down to single digits before halftime. Free throw up and good. So cuts it down to 22-13, Clear out. Kelly in for Lewistown. Second one up and on the way. That one, a little short rebound, tipped around. And fight for it on the floor. It is Passley out of there with it. Connolly dribbling up, comes to the lane, shoots shot, and got it. So a huge trip. Gets even bigger, cuts it down, lead down to 7. The counter wasn't paying attention when he got a hold of the ball and cuts it down to 5. The Cyclones will just walk it out as the big run by the Indians late in that half. About a 10-0 run to get back into the ball game here and make it 22-17 here at the half. We'll take this timeout. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, Leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a Leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And just about ready to start the second half of play. I'm going to apologize. It is not overtime period number one. Evidently, the scoreboard set for halves. So we'll have to go with second half. Apologies on that. We'll try to get that fixed before varsity game. 22-17 lead here for the Cyclones. It is Mason, Katewa, also Clear, Kelly, and Sowers for Lewistown. Start the first half or second half with the basketball. Clear with it, wheeling around up top there. Now goes to go down to the near side. Comes in the lane, and he is fouled as he came. And that'll be Lewistown out of bounds. Brody Cordell coming up with a bump foul. It is Eli DeCounter, Jair Flora Durham, Brody Cordell, Ryan Clark, and also Aiden Percy for West Prairie. Clear with it, works it out, and swings it to Mason. Mason wheeling it around here. Looked like West Prairie was going to walk away, and then a huge surge by Lewistown in the second quarter. Put it within 5. Now Clear dribbling in and shoot, and they'll whistle Cordell for the foul. That's already the second on West Prairie, and that'll put Clear up to the free throw line to shoot. That's the second on Cordell. Clear with the free throw. It is good. Cuts it to 22-18. Ready's the second one. Up and on the way, and good. Made them both. So the lead all the way down to 3 as Percy dribbles it up. Comes over to DeCounter. DeCounter working toward the middle. Jumped at, now works it back to Percy. Percy holds. Back to DeCounter, bouncing into Cordell. Cordell bouncing down at, and I think that's going to be on Sowers. Yep, it is on Sowers. And that way, that'll be his second, or his first on the team in the second half. Percy ready to trigger it inbounds. A little trouble getting it in, finally into Cordell. Cordell fires it off the backboard, misses. Katewa will get it, and then off to Clear. Clear heading up the court. Fires the pass out to Mason. They have Sowers in the post, didn't go there. And pulls it on out of there, works with 6:40. Clock rolling here in this third quarter. 22-19 lead for the Cyclones. And Mason. And we got a timeout called by Coach Atkins. Evidently not exactly what he had planned, so we'll step aside as well. Thank our very fine sponsors here on TSSR Game Time Live, folks like Tom Conklin State Farm. Face-to-face over the phone, by email, or by text. You choose how you do business with Tom Conklin State Farm Macomb. You can reach him at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get your quote today at 1221 West Jackson Street, Macomb. Pawn Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years, providing cash for most items of value. Pawn Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. Also provide on-site jewelry repairs and open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. Great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, and video games. Look at 324 West Jackson Street in Macomb between Erico and Taco Bell. Lewistown will get the inbounds in. Katewa working up top. Fires it to Clear. Clear driving in. Shoot shot no good, and Cordell able to snap up the rebound. He'll lead the way up the court. Bounces down for Percy. Percy shot no good, got his own rebound, and will be fouled from behind. That's Katewa with the foul. That'll be Percy up at the free throw line. 22-19, a big run here by Lewiston. And free throw number 1 is good. Makes it 23-19. Ready's the second one. No good. Off to the side. And they'll bring him up. Put a little pressure on here. Sowers with it, throws it, and Clark immediately bats it away. Pitch up his dribble, comes to Cordell. Cordell down to the counter in the corner. To counter. Bounces up to Cordell. Cordell in the lane, goes up, can't get it to go. Rebound tipped out. And Mason able to save it on a nice save. Cordell able to poke it away. Drives in, shoots the layup. It won't go, and tapped out of bounds. It'll be Lewistown ball. Tewa looks to bring it in and do Kelly. Kelly up the court. This time he got it to Clear. Clear dumping there to Sowers. Shot no good. And it is to counter ahead of the pack in the lane. He'll go up, lay it in and good. 25-19, 5.5 left to go, third quarter. Looking to throw it in, lobbing it long, and Clear able to go up over the top of Clark. And so Jair Flora Durham will pick up the foul. Clear will go up to the free throw line, ready to shoot two, 25-19. First one's good. Second one, no good, and Cordell had the rebound, nearly lost it. Gets it out of there. And 25-20 lead here. Person dribbles, comes over to counter. Wheels near side. He's trying to direct a little traffic. Mason nearly popped it away from him. And then to counter, shot no good. Clear pulls it out of there. As Katewa up the court, drives in, lays it up and lays it in. Makes it 25-22, still a 3-point lead. Percy up the middle, has it stripped, nearly lost it, got it back. Tried to fire it into Flora Durham, threw it away. Clear up ahead of the pack, drives it in, lays it up and in, and it's all the way down to a 1-point lead as the Indians have come flying back into this one. 25-24 West Prairie. Let's take this timeout on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief Weekly Edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All of this for only $42 per year or $38 per year. If you're age 65 or older, single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. Some of our fine sponsors here on TSSR Game Time Live. As Cyclones, this lead at one point was 16, all the way down to 1 now. Matt Whitman back in the game. He'll lob it up to Clark. Clark will cut it across the timeline. Kick out to the counter, up to Whitman. Whitman drives in, shoot shot, won't go. And the rebound, Clark able to take it away, put it up and in. And it's 27-24. Into Sowers. Sowers back to Katewa, tipped by Cordell. And we've got a reach-in foul as Percy, a little too handsy. Connolly will check in for Lewistown. And he'll replace Sowers. Pass tipped. Clear able to get to it. Pushes his way across half court. Drives in, open lane, puts it up and puts it in. And once again, down to a 1-point advantage, 27-26, as Whitman dribbles. Lobs it up over the head of Percy, too long and out of bounds. And the Cyclones have really had started having a lot of trouble bringing things up and in. Katewa will bring it in underneath the basket. We're going to drop it into Conley. Gets to Conley, back to Katewa. He's chased by Percy. Down to the baseline, spins it, waits, holds. Bounces to Mason. Mason. And now they'll set the offense here. 27-26. Lewiston down by as many as 16. In the lane with it. Jumps, kicks it over to Kelly, who puts it up. And the Indians have the lead. All the way back into the lead at 28-27. 3:25 left here in the third quarter. To counter. Wheeling across the timeline over to Clark. Clark for Whitman. And he'll set it up. Whitman back to Clark. Clark tried to get into Cordell. Tipped and stolen and clears out of there. And clear call for the double dribble. Braden Copeland will check in. Percy will check out for West Prairie. Inbounds, looking for Clark. Clark puts it up, won't get it to go. Rebound fought for, and Kelly's got it. They bring it up quickly to Mason, who slips and falls. Matt Whitman ahead with it, up to the counter. He'll lay it up, lay it in. Big basket back by the Cyclones as they reclaim the lead, 29-28. Clear with a head of steam. Out in the lane, goes down and is held. And that'll be 3 on Eli to counter. It's clear up to the free throw line, and man, when he took off, There'll be 2 upcoming. Ready's at the free throw line. First one's good. Sowers back in now, 29-29 tie here, 2:49 left in this third quarter. Second free throw, a little too hard off the back of the rim. And Clark coming out of there with it over to Braden Copeland. Copeland works it up over to Whitman. Whitman in the lane, goes up, can't get it to go. Good job by Conley on defense. And Mason comes out of there with it. Trying to get away from Whitman over to Kelly. Kelly back to Mason, quickly to Clear. Clear. Kind of the bull in the china shop when he gets headed north-south. They lob to Conley. Conley going up, and he traveled. As he adjusted his feet, turns it over, and that'll bring it back over to West Prairie. Pass into Matt Whitman, up to Braden Copeland. Copeland around a couple people, sliding in the lane, kick out for the counter, up to Clark. He'll hold, come over to Copeland. Shot on the way, no good. Rebound fought for. And we've got a rebound foul. Who is that going to be on? And that is on Brody Cordell. That's the 5th team foul on West Prairie. And Lewistown will be shooting. As Clear will step up to the free throw line here. 29-29 tie, 2 minutes left to go. Fans helping out. Not that they ever help out, you know. That's with all the calls. And they're never wrong either. Free throw is good, makes it 30-29. Lewistown takes the lead. Second one short, and the rebound snapped up by Clark. Braden Copeland up 30-29. Lost the handle on it. Got it back, lost it again. Fires it to the counter. He'll shoot shot in the lane, won't go. And the rebound, Clark had it for a second, and it is on Lewiston ball. Sowers looks triggered in. Into Kelly. Kelly up the court, tipped by Copeland, and then Clear lost the handle on it. Connolly out of bounds. It'll come back over to West Prairie. Brody Cordell will come out as Ruger Olson comes in for West Prairie. They'll bring it in for Whitman. Whitman walking it across. Again, 2-3 zone put on here by Lewistown. Over to Whitman. Whitman back to Copeland. He'll fake. Nearly had it batted away. Over to Whitman. Whitman in the lane, goes up and stripped from behind. Fight for it and stepped on the end line. It'll be over to Lewistown. Into Kelly. Kelly fakes. Comes around Olson. Looks to dribble it up. bring it in. And we've got a timeout called by West Prairie. We'll step aside as well. 30-29 Lewistown, a minute 19 left to go in the third. Let's take this timeout on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
And we are back here as 30-29. 1 point lead here for the Lewistown Indians. As on the way with it comes Matt Whitman. And coming down to Olson. Olson tried to get it lane, nearly tapped away out to Copeland. He'll put up three. That one's good. And they say it is a three. (32-30) West Prairie. They lob it up to Clear, way ahead of the pack. And Copeland able to pick it. And that'll keep it with Lewistown. He and Clear went at it, and Copeland's feet hit the end line. As Sowers will look to bring it inbounds. Out to Clear in the corner. He'll spot up shot. It won't go. Conley the rebound. Copeland able to grab it away from him. And he's ahead of trouble. Drives it up, puts it up, and puts it in. 34-30. Cyclones back out by 4. Mason dribbling up the timeline and traveled. Cyclones will bring it in from the sideline. On the far sideline, looking to trigger it in here. 37 seconds left, world of time to work it. As into Whitman. Whitman back to Copeland. Fakes, comes to Whitman. Whitman into the counter. To counter. Nearly lost it. Out to Copeland. He'll put up another three. No good. And the rebound, Olson down with it. He'll kick it out to Clark. Up to the counter. He'll spot the three. It's no good. And the rebound, chase in the corner. Copeland's got it. And he stepped on the sideline. Will be out of bounds. 15 seconds left. They run the pass long, as Connolly couldn't get it, ran the pass long, so it'll be, and it will be a West Prairie basketball. Now you see it goes out on the baseline, but no one touched it, so it comes all the way back up here. As Copeland will look to trigger it in. Whitman over to Olson, to Whitman through his hands. Clear's got it, looking up at the clock. 7 with 6. Pulling out there in the corner, and Copeland nearly got it. Tipped out of bounds. 2.7 seconds as Sowers will look to bring it in bounds. As Conley and Kelly in the post. And that one, nice catch by Kelly over the top of Olson. Puts it in, and at the end of 3 quarters of play, it is 34-32. The Cyclones of West Prairie leading at Lewistown. We'll step aside. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available. So with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
Back here for the Cyclones, it is Whitman, Percy, Clark, Olson, and DeCounter on the floor for the Cyclones. They lead it here by 2, 34-32. It will be West Prairie basketball. It is Katewa, Sowers, Clear, Connolly, and Kelly on the floor for Lewistown. Whitman dribbles it on the way, looking to come near side, down to Olson, who lost it out of bounds. Braden Copeland will check in. Ruger Olson will come out. As Sowers lobs it into Kelly. Kelly trying to get around Percy and does. In the lane, lays it up and lays it in. And they have tied it up once again. It is 34-34. Cyclones bring it up. Whitman driving baseline, goes up and has it rejected by Connolly, and then a foul behind by Clark. And Clark with a personal foul. That is the first on the team in this fourth quarter, and the second on Clark. Sowers looks triggered in, waits, holds. Up to Connolly. Connolly down to Katewa. He'll drive on Copeland, and I don't know whether he was waiting for a foul or something, but didn't put the shot up. Took about 3 extra steps. 34-34, 7:25 left to go here. Link will check in just a moment. Down in the corner to Copeland, in for DeCounter. He'll shoot, and Connolly will eat that one alive. Out of there with it comes Sowers. Sowers in the lane, spins. Out to Clear. He'll put up the 3. No good, and the rebound. DeCounter had it. Fight for it in the corner. It is off of Sowers and out of bounds. Landon Link will check in, replacing Kelly for Lewistown. Percy walks it up here. 2-3 zone, back into that 2-3 zone by Lewistown. Whitman to DeCounter, to Percy, to Copeland. 3 on the way, no good, and a nice rebound by Clear. We're going to have a rebound foul on Whitman. And that'll be the second on the team. Second on Matt Whitman. And walking it up now. Clear. Nearly lost it. Gathers it. The counter nearly taken away from Conley, puts it out of bounds. Sowers ready to bring it inbounds, into Clear, and Whitman got to bump him. That's the third on West Prairie, second on Whitman. Sowers ready to bring it in. Wait, bouncing into Conley. Conley surveying things, out to Clear. Clear out top. Katewa will hold, wait. Fakes it, brings it out to Link. Stolen away there by Clark. Clark in the wheels and out of there. Percy drives in, kick out to Clark. Over to Whitman. Whitman bounce to the counter to Copeland. Working around. Lewistown doing a nice job adjusting. Good help side defense over to Percy. Looks in at the counter. So work it out. 34-34 tie. 6 minutes left to go. As Percy holds on. Up to Whitman. Everybody down along the baseline. And now Percy will emerge on the far side wing, looking to dribble around at Sowers is Whitman. Bounce down for DeCounter. DeCounter fakes, missed it. And out of there with it comes Connolly. Down for Sowers. Sowers wheels it and nearly threw it away. And Mason will check in. Percy brings it over to Whitman. Down to Percy in the corner. Bounces into DeCounter. DeCounter lays it up. Can't get it to go. Clark batting it around. Not he had the rebound. Clear out of there with it. And they'll come back the other way. 34-34 tie over to Mason. Mason dribbling up. Thought about pulling the 3. Pulls it down wisely, and they'll reset offense. To Connolly, he looked for a backdoor cutter, can't find it. Now he'll drive himself, shoot it, and got it. 36-34, 2-point lead here for Lewistown. On the way with it is Matt Whitman, over to Copeland. Copeland in the lane to Clark, out to Percy. Percy Drives baseline, goes up with it, and draws the foul. And Connolly, that always happens with JV players. You get a block or two, and then you just bring that arm forward a little bit. Kelly will check in a moment. Percy free throw is good. So 36-35. Ready the second one. It is up and good. 36-36 is our score here, all tied up. As the teams square off here, bring it up, it is Percy. As he works it around here, they work it over to Clear. Clear on the near side. As go back to work. Putting it across there, 36-36. Up to Kelly. Kelly swinging over to Mason. Mason bobbled. And now out to Sowers. Sowers looking to drive lane. Nearly picked. Copeland nearly got it. Kelly trying to spin away. Tipped it out of bounds. And he'll head back the other way. 4:13 left to go here. As on the way with it is Whitman over to Copeland. Copeland a couple of bounces over to Whitman in the lane for DeCounter. DeCounter for Copeland. Copeland looking to drive baseline, kick out to Percy. Percy shot on the way. That is short of the mark. Fight for the floor on for it, and it'll be West Prairie basketball. Box offensive set as they bring it in on the inbounds. Wait. Out to Percy. Percy three again, no good. Rebound, Connolly down with it, and here he comes. Copeland able to poke it away over to DeCounter. He'll go up, put it up, misses it. Clark puts it up, he puts it in. 38-36, 2-point lead here, West Prairie. Mason with the inbounds, 3.5 left to go in this one. Going to drive toward, bounce it for Kelly. Kelly trying to get it, stolen away by Whitman, and Mason wisely going to give the foul as Copeland was off to the races. As Copeland will look to trigger it in. Braden Copeland into Whitman. Whitman bringing it across the timeline now, comes down to Copeland over to Whitman. Looking for Percy. Percy looking over the defense. Bounces to Whitman. Whitman to Copeland. Copeland down for Clark. Puts it up. Puts it in. Beautiful passing back and forth. And the lead is out to 4, 40-36. Mason back the other way. Trying to direct a little traffic. Spins out of there. Comes to Connolly. And Connolly in the lane as it nearly picked away. Kelly got it back. Sowers holds on to it. And we've got a timeout called by Lewistown. Kotewa will come in just a moment. We'll take this timeout as well. It is West Prairie 40, Lewistown 36 right here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Find the right cycle combinations. Simply choose what and how you want to wash and dry to help keep clothes looking their best. Intuitive Controls, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Now back here, 40-36, a 4-point lead here for the West Prairie Cyclones as we count down in this fourth quarter here. 2:45 left to go here in the game as it'll be Lewistown basketball. Otewa, Clear, Mason, Sowers, and Kelly on the floor. They get it to Mason in the backcourt. Brings it across there, working on Percy. Coming to the near side. Trying to get it out to Sowers. Picked up his dribble, threw it in the lane. Sowers able to pick it up, fight for it, and taken away by Clark. Off it comes to Copeland. Brings it over. Now Percy trying to pass it down, has his pass tapped out of bounds. Copeland ready to trigger it in. Waiting, not getting any help with it. Fires it out to DeCounter. DeCounter fakes, come back to Copeland. He'll put it up and put it in. Somebody lost somebody somewhere. And now the Cyclones up by 6, 42-36. Mason trying to get it to clear. Finally does. We work close to 2 minutes left to go in the game. Bounce to Kelly, looking for the backdoor cut. Can't find him. Finds Clear. Clear, pulling up 3. Bounces off, no good. To counter the rebound. And Copeland will walk it up with 1:50 left to go here in the game. Copeland looking lane, kicks it out for Percy. Percy, he'll dribble, work it over to Copeland. Copeland nearly lost it. Now to DeCounter. DeCounter out to Copeland. In the lane he'll go, try to get it to Clark. Clark wide open. Puts it up and in and makes it 44-36. The lead is now 8 with 1.5 left. Mason over to Katewa. He'll put it on the floor. Slows his dribble out to Kelly. Kelly, couple bounces. Katewa holding down out there. They're trying to get it back to Clear and finally do. And Clear with the push off. That is the third on Lewistown in this fourth quarter. Hunter Jackson comes in. Aiden Percy kicks out. Second on Clear, actually just the second. Inbounds to Mason, or to Whitman, over to DeCounter. DeCounter just walking it up here across the timeline to Hunter Jackson. Jackson holds over to Whitman. Whitman looking to dribble, and they'll get a push on Mason. That is just the third. Actually, this is the fourth. Next one will be a foul. Percy will check back in. Whitman ready to trigger it in. They'll probably go ahead and foul pretty quickly. And Eli DeCounter in with the basket. He'll say, I'll take 2. 46-36, lead 10. They go under a minute. Here comes Mason up with it. Over to Sowers. Sowers in the lane. Kick out to Kelly. Shot on the way. No good. Rebound tipped. And it goes over to West Prairie. Hunter Jackson in, and out will come Matt Whitman with 51 seconds left. Into DeCounter. Over for Copeland. Copeland will dribble it up. Comes across the timeline. Now woes it. Slows it down. Backs it out of there. And nobody on him. Just clock ticking away. Now Katewa will come up and foul. And so Copeland will go up to the free throw line. Ruger Olson will check in just a moment. Free throw is up, and it is good. So Braden Copeland makes it 47-36. He'll ready the second one. Good as well. 48-36, Ruger Olson in. And now Lewistown will bring it in. Mason. Over to Katewa. He'll look to dribble it down. He's going to put up a shot quick. 3 is no good. Rebound, Percy had it for a second, and it tipped out of bounds. It'll be West Prairie ball. DeCounter in with it, over to Clark. Clark spinning away from trouble, comes across the timeline, down to Olson. Percy, though, got the rebound. Olson put it up. Percy got the rebound, puts it up, and puts it in, and makes it 50-36. Out to Clear. Clear the other way. He'll shoot 3, won't go. Rebound out of there to Mason. Katewa puts it up, no good, and that's the ball game. The Cyclones take it home after a valiant comeback by Lewistown. Came back, got the lead for a little bit, and then the Cyclones put it away. 50-36, the final score in this one, as the Cyclones pick up the win over Lewistown. We're going to stop off on this one, and we'll be back with the varsity contest in just a little bit. You've been watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.